What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the huge Modern Warfare 3 update coming to Warzone, some exciting details you probably missed, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of brand new content going up over on dkdynamite.com, expanding on all the coverage you're seeing here on the channel, just in the form of articles on the website, and plenty of tweets every single hour on Detonated's Twitter. With that being said, as of a few weeks ago, I did post brand new merch as a part of my fall collection, celebrating a ton of things that we've said on stream before, like what's the timer for, DMZ is about to change forever, and a couple of other things that are linked down below in this video's description. These pieces of merch are only available for a limited time in collaboration with Harrison Makes Things, who also helped build detonated.com. Now, following the COD Next reveal event, I went ahead and posted my first full match playing Urzikstan with some World Series of Warzone champions. Sadly, my game ended up crashing, or else we probably would have got even farther in that match, but still, playing Urzikstan early was an absolute honor, and I appreciate Activision for the invite, of course. But following that video, as of I think it was a good week or so after the COD Next event, I posted a separate video showing a full, really good gameplay of Urzikstan, where I went ahead and got some good kills with Modern Warzone. And during that gameplay, I talked a little bit about the return of Rebirth and Fortune's Keep. We'll touch on that a little bit more deeper into this video, but I do feel like there was way too much happening at a single moment in time during the week of COD Next, even the days after that. There was so much going on when it comes to marketing for multiplayer, the start of the beta, zombies, Warzone, of course, and then there was a ton of different information pouring in from the COD Next broadcast, content creators, blog posts. I know it's probably overwhelming for all you guys, so I'm still trying to break everything down in the best way that I possibly can, and in an organized way, game mode by game mode. But in the background, you've been seeing a map overview of Urzikstan that Call of Duty also went ahead and posted on their channel following the COD Next event. You guys probably didn't know this video even existed since there wasn't much marketing about it. It was kind of a video that got uploaded on their channel and just kind of got swept under the radar a little bit, considering how much other marketing there was on the same day. But in regards to when you can actually go ahead and download the big Warzone 2 expansion, or I should say the Modern Warfare 3 update inside of Warzone, that won't be available until a couple of days prior to the launch of Season 1. If last year is anything to go off of, then the preload for Warzone specifically should be a good 2 to 3 days before the start of Season 1. Last year we got the preload for Warzone, which was quite a big file size, and it was I think a good 2 days before Season 1 began in mid-December. Now, of course, things were a bit different last year since it was the beginning of COD 2.0, the beginning of our new COD HQ application, so things might be a little bit different this year. But as a big reminder, this new update coming to Warzone is not Warzone 3, it's not a new iteration of Warzone, but a massive overhaul to the new version of Warzone that released last year with Modern Warfare 2. Now, it's to be expected that if you already have Modern Warfare 2 or 3 installed, that means you have the COD HQ application, then the update for Warzone will just end up being a data pack update. You'll just get a big file size, I'd say, that is going to go ahead and overhaul the entirety of Warzone, and you'll get that added into your COD HQ application. But if you don't own Modern Warfare 2 or 3, and you don't have Warzone, the current iteration of it, installed, then the file size will be significantly bigger, probably upwards of 130 gigs. But something I mentioned before is that when it comes to the download for Warzone 2.0, they're probably going to end up splitting Warzone from DMZ to an extent. So as of right now, at least on console and PC, I know I'm hearing some different things about Xbox having the ability to uninstall DMZ from Warzone. As far as PlayStation or PC goes, Warzone and DMZ are still attached, and considering the DMZ isn't going to be getting any of the Modern Warfare 3 overhauls when it comes to map support, when it comes to movement, gameplay features, it's likely that they'll still allow you to play DMZ for free through Warzone, but it'll be an optional download moving forward once Season 1 releases for MW3. And they already confirmed previously that they're not going to be talking about the future of DMZ until closer to Season 1. That's when they'll probably clarify exactly how these downloads are going to work, since it would make the most sense, right? If you still want to play Mazrah or any other vaulted Warzone map that's in DMZ, you can do that. You just can't play any vaulted map or Mazrah for the MW3 Warzone integration beginning with Season 1, since Urzikstan will be taking Mazrah's place. Now, we're about to get really busy with campaign and zombies as Modern Warfare 3 releases in, what, a good 2 weeks from now, so I wanted to get a lot of Warzone information out the way here inside of this video. There's also plenty of map remasters inside of the Urzikstan Warzone experience. Only got to see a handful of them over at COD Next. Other creators maybe saw some different ones, but until we all get our hands on the map on, what, December the 6th with Season 1, we're not going to know exactly how many remasters are featured. But as of right now, apparently we have Subbase, Countdown, Seatown, Overwatch, and even Kill House. So these are maps that are apparently somewhere within Urzikstan. I know there was a visual put together and posted on Twitter showing where some of these maps are, such as Sub Base from Modern Warfare 2, Countdown from COD 4, or then Seatown and Overwatch from MW3, they're somewhere in these small locations that are circled on the image that you guys can see, and we'll be looking at even more remasters, of course, when the map does fully drop. Always a big fan of seeing some nostalgia inside of our new Battle Royale maps. But something that I'm really looking forward to is the movement overhaul into Warzone, right? We got to experience it for ourselves for the very first time while at COD Next, but as a reminder, every single piece of movement that's in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer that you guys experienced during the beta is coming into Warzone with Season 1. So everything that's different about MW3 in comparison to MW2, all of that is coming to Urzikstan, and not just Urzikstan, but every other Warzone experience that will continue to be playable for the foreseeable future. We're talking Ashika Island and even Vandal. Now, if you guys are like, wait, DK, what about Rebirth and Fortune's Keep? Yes, when those maps do release in 2024, you will also be able to experience those maps in a new light thanks to the Modern Warfare 3 Overhaul coming to Warzone. So to see how the movement changes will affect gameplay on all of these maps has me beyond excited, right? It'll create new gameplay opportunities and a ton of new clips, and we'll just reinvent Warzone altogether in a way that people are going to be happy about, right? A lot of folks out there may be happy with the maps we currently have in Warzone, whether it's Vandal, Ashika, even Mazrah, or Urzikstan eventually, but I think when it comes to that movement overhaul, that'll change things for the better in ways that people out there are really going to enjoy. But for those that miss doing the stim boost over on Rebirth Island, you'll be able to do that again in just a matter of months. The stim boost is coming back into Warzone with Season 1, and in terms of game modes that'll be playable, we of course will have Battle Royale, Resurgence, and Plunder. I believe it's day 1 of Season 1. You'll be able to see all those modes across all of our different Warzone maps. It's still unclear as of right now how Resurgence timers are going to work. Are we going to have a rotation eventually between 4 maps? We're talking Vandal, Ashika, Rebirth, and Fortunes, or will Ashika and Vandal be cycled out eventually? That's a little unknown right now, but Treyarch is apparently working on the next chapter of ranked play for Warzone, and that'll be coming out in an early 2024 update, probably with the launch of Season 2 if I had to guess. Now, something that didn't really get shown off too much in the gameplay showcase at COD Next is the drivable train that will be coming to the new Urzikstan experience. It's being described as a moving point of interest that has a UAV tower and buy station on it, and you can control where it goes around the map, meaning that you can actually go to the back of the train or the front and change its trajectory on the track. So if the circle is closing in and you're about to be cut off from using the train, you can move the train elsewhere, change its direction, and keep riding it as long as you like. So really looking forward to how this moving train could affect some final circles and some other end game type of footage that you'll be seeing inside of Warzone this year. Now, like I said earlier in the video, this isn't Warzone 3.0. It's not a fresh start by any means, but a massive expansion and overhaul to the current iteration of Warzone. Now, they dropped the 2.0 label from Warzone for whatever reason, maybe to avoid confusion. They also shut down Warzone Caldera not too long ago. I think it was at the end of September. So now that we just have Call of Duty Warzone, it's probably going to be the definitive and only Warzone moving forward. So any major update or overhaul we get will just be added into the current application. They probably won't ever do a Warzone 3.0 to avoid the issues that we saw last year, but some really cool features that make it seem like a Warzone 3 include the following, right? We have weapon and loot rarity coming back, a big backpack update, a bit of an expansion to where now you can have dedicated ammo slots next to your regular loot. Blue armor plates are coming in. All of Warzone's current quality of life features will be carried directly into Urzikstan at day 1, including 150 core health that we have inside of Modern Warfare 3. There will be improved pacing with circle closing time and size rebalancing. Now, in terms of gas masks, you can now manually equip them inside of Warzone, which is something that we had at the end of Warzone Caldera's life cycle. It's probably one of the last quality of life changes that just didn't make its way into Warzone 2.0 yet. Tear gas grenades can be countered with gas masks, and of course, one of my favorite features, players will always have a pistol while swimming. So regardless of what weapons that you're holding, when you jump into the water, you'll have a pistol, right? There'll probably be exploits found in the future, allowing people to have mule kick inside of Warzone, being able to bring that pistol into the regular loadout as well. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because that'll be unfortunate, but at least for the water, that's going to really improve a lot of final circles that force you to swim. Now, contracts will be easier to find with new rewards and even a new bounty. A wealth of smaller changes will be featured across the board inside of Warzone moving forward, and there will be a massive, and I mean a massive drop of Season 1 patch notes prior to the launch of the Modern Warfare 3 integration. They did tease the patch notes quite a bit, saying that it's probably one of the biggest set of patch notes we've ever seen for Call of Duty. Now, I do want to clarify perks inside of the new Warzone update. So there has been some confusion about how the gear is going to be implemented from Modern Warfare 3, and there was some clarification provided during the COD Next broadcast that wasn't really mentioned elsewhere in any blog post, but essentially some of the perk gear from Modern Warfare 3 will be making their way into Warzone, but not all of the gear. We currently have perk packages inside of Warzone, and those are here to stay, and perk packages will still drop from enemies that you kill, but there will will be gear that you can find around the environment that will also give you perks like we have in Modern Warfare 3, but it's unclear how much we're going to be seeing of that and whether or not enemies can actually drop the gear when you kill them. That hasn't really been clarified, but it just was confirmed that perk packages are here to stay, as well as some gear from MW3. New perks do include Shroud, dropping a smoke grenade when down, Irradiated, move faster and take less damage in gas. We also have Resolute, increases movement speed when damaged. Ghost will now require movement to activate. Combat Scout is back, which will ping an enemy when hit with the bullet. There's also the addition of brand new perks that have yet to be revealed, but likely will be in the Season 1 patch notes. Now, something worth remembering is that the focus of Warzone is going to be really interesting this time around. It seems like with Warzone 2 through the MW2 lifecycle, they were busy playing catch-up, right? Kind of introducing all the new features, or reintroducing, I should say, all the cool features that Vanguard's Warzone integration ended with, right? With the end of Caldera, there were quite a few quality of life changes that significantly impacted the gameplay of Warzone in a positive way, but a lot of those features were nowhere to be found day one of Warzone 2.0, so we played catch-up for a good 4 or 5 seasons. Now Warzone's in a fairly good place, but it's going to get even better with the MW3 integration, so I'm curious to see what the focus is going to be for Warzone this year. Will it be on more LTMs? You know, how much more innovation could we see in Warzone with the MW3 integration? How much more can they add to make it even better? That's what makes me excited, but day one, we're going to be seeing a lot of new features that also haven't been talked about all that much. We're talking about new tacticals and lethals, as well as kill streaks inside of the gameplay loop. Big Game Bounty will be returning, and there will be an updated Champions Quest coming later in Season 1. A team will now drop the Champions Quest contract if killed while having it. Ziplines are going to be a ton of fun. There's going to be redeployed drones that are now juiced up to move even faster and will get you into the air even faster. They'll shoot you even farther. Horizontal ziplines will be all over Urzikstan, and don't forget about the brand new Gulag, right? We're still going to have a 3-lane 1v1 experience, but there will be an ascender hook that you can actually use to exit from the Gulag and win that way. It's replacing the flag that'll be in the middle. There's going to be different variations of the Gulag that we see in every match, kind of like public events, so to speak. There'll be times you spawn in where it's NVG, or times when maybe different weapons are on the ground, or you can spawn in with armor plates. So the Gulag will be pretty fresh every time you spawn in. But overall, Warzone's going to be a very fresh experience this time around. Now that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the huge Modern Warfare 3 update coming to Warzone relatively soon? Just wanted to get a bunch of information recap for you guys in a single video as we prepare for the early access period for the campaign relatively soon. Once we start getting busy with campaign and zombies, it's going to be non-stop grinding when it comes to content here on the channel over on Detonated, and I want to make sure we don't forget about our good old Warzone, because that'll be getting a massive update, of course, beginning with Season 1 in early December. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.